Hey guys, this is Sup and I'm doing a Rome Total War online commentary battle. This is a Scipii versus Greek city-states battle. I command the house of Scipii, and I'm showing you my army now. And my opponent is the Immortal 14, and he was in command of the Greek city-states. My army consists of 9 urban cohorts, and they are bronze upgraded. Then I have 3 sets of regular archers, and they are silver upgraded. Then I brought something that I usually don't bring ever in battles. I brought 2 sets of Roman armored general, and they are gold each. Then I brought a set of Roman cavalry. Just in case I completely fail with my Roman armored generals, I have a little bit of a backup plan at least, so I don't get completely destroyed. And I also figured that the Greek cities don't have a very good cav, so I figured Roman cav could take them. Anyway, here's my opponent's army. He has 3 sets of armored hoplites, and I believe they're gold. Then he has 4 sets of Spartans, and they are also gold, I believe. Yep. Then he has a lot of archers. I believe he has about 5 sets of archers, and I don't think he put any upgrades in them, though. And then he has his general, obviously, and it is a Roman armored general. Also, back in the tree line in the back over there, he has a couple sets of Greek cavalry, gold. So he was hiding them from me, and it really did a great job, and you'll see that later on in the battle. Here I'm just moving up my line, and you'll see that a lot of this battle is a huge skirmish phase, because we were kind of like sitting back and seeing who would win the archer fight. And I was actually able to win. I actually expected to lose, but he did make some mistakes with his archers. So, I am moving all my archers in position, and we're going to start raining hell. Also, I'm putting all my men into testudo, hoping that they're going to start just aiming at my urbans by accident and doing no damage to my archers. I usually don't go in testudo, but because I just was hoping that he'd start shooting at my testudo formed urban cohorts, I just put him like that. And I'd say it worked for a little while in the beginning, but then they started really aiming forward. Here I think my opponent made a huge mistake that he didn't even mean to do. You saw him moving that archer set out, and you can still see it right now. And that's kind of going to be a big mistake. This is what actually allows me to win this archer fight. So he is still running back, and I'm just raining hell on him with my archers and all that. So you can see that his archers are now running way ahead of his line, and I don't exactly know why he did that. I started getting some really good shots on his archers, very just devastating shots. And you can see more of his archers getting bombarded by arrows, and it's always a good time to see. Skirmish phase does last for quite a while, but it's very key to the battle. It really is a key moment, and here my archers are now shooting at the archers that are now on the side of my lines. So here I launch my Roman cavalry, and I'm going to chase after them. But I don't want to lose my Roman cavalry, so I'm going to have to pull out of that situation. Because he's now he noticed his mistake, and he's retreating way back. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to pull back with my Roman cavalry in a second, and it's going to just be a ferocious skirmish fight again. So I believe I pull out right now. Yep. Alright, so, but he did make another huge mistake. He pushed his archers way far back, and it just caused, his archers didn't even become part of the fight anymore. This one set of archers didn't even help in the fight anymore. So you're going to see that the other 2 sets of archers he has fighting are going to get completely destroyed. They are going to fight to the death, but they're going to lose every single man in their squad. So they have so he has pretty much no archer force, and I eliminate that other archer force and weigh him back later on. So yeah, I'm just continuing the onslaught of arrows, and I'm greatly enjoying it, I gotta say. Yeah, so my testudo urban cohorts, I don't think that I think you re-aimed them, and now they're definitely starting to fire on my archers now. But it's too late, as you can see. One set's completely eliminated, and the other set's about to be gone too. So it's pretty much the skirmish fight is completely gone my way. I hardly lost any men, which I was extremely thrilled about. Sorry about that, slip of the tongue. Anyway, I moved my cavalry farther to his flank, and I stopped moving my archers. I'm going to keep them, and you're going to see me use a very nice little style of attack. Here I'm going to move my urbans forward and cause some punishment, I suppose, on his men. And this battle is just going to be kind of annoyance tactics by me, because you don't want to just charge right into the front of enemy spears. That's one thing you never want to do. It's a terrible thing to try. It just never works. Because you'll just get cut up at distance, and your men won't even be able to hit anything. So here I'm going to take my men out of Testudo, and they are going to start running forward here any second. And there they go, off to face the enemy. They are running up to the enemy at close range, and it is very exciting. Here all my men are now lined up in front of the lines, and they will now take out their spears, and they are going to give the enemy some. And they're going to share those spears of doom. And they are going to really take a toll out of these Spartans who are very, very good. They're going to really, really put a dent in them. And I am very thrilled about that too. Without that bit of extra attacking power, I probably would have lost this fight. Just because Spartans are just so amazing, so well used. Now you can see my archers. I'm leaving one in the center, sending one out to the flanks, and then sending one out to each flank. And this is a Mongol-style attack that they use. They would shower their enemy with arrows, and then out of nowhere, they would launch a huge cavalry assault. Although in this case, I don't have the best cavalry force, so I'm going to use my urbans as my cavalry force. And I'm just going to pound into them. And, it doesn't, it somewhat works, but it doesn't completely. You're going to see me start showering arrows onto the sides of the Spartans. But as I said, Spartans are just really, really overpowered. Look, a ton of arrows just hit them in the side, and none of them dropped. And I was really shocked by that. So yeah, my archers are now just running all around, and trying to get in position, and they're firing at the sides now. You can see that one archer set is still over here, and I believe I target one of my archers to take them out, and then they get eventually destroyed. So, yeah, this turned out to be an amazing fight. This is only the skirmish phase. Oh yeah, here he launched his general, and I do get some nice little shots off right into his general's face. But yeah, he routs my archers, which I expected. And I wasn't that concerned with it, just because at this point I didn't notice he had any cavalry. He had some hid in the forest, I later found out. And they worked very effectively. But yeah, now that his general's on the other side, I am launching my cavalry over here. Because also I could have done this at any time, because I didn't think he had any cavalry force. And here I move some of my urbans to his flanks. And this is, oh yeah, also on the other side I have engaged a general with one set of urbans. So I'm going to kind of just try to attack from all directions, make them completely confused and out of position. So here I'm going to smack into their back with my Roman armored general. And you're going to see him ride in. He's going to smash right in. And it's actually causing them to lose formation. As you can see, they're getting smashed in the back. Now they're turning their spears, and here come in my urbans, and they're going to attack right on the flank. It is just going to be a complete destruction, and it's just going to end in them getting stabbed in the back multiple times. And here my Roman cavalry I launched against this set of Spartans, but here come that elusive Greek cavalry. And this was a perfect moment to activate them, because they get my men right in the back. Look at that. But it also, I kind of saved the moment because I hit them in their Spartans in the back with my Roman cav, so it was kind of even at that point. Here, this set of Roman armored, not Roman armored, the armored hoplites are now getting surrounded and cut up to pieces. So are these Spartans, but as I said, Spartans are pretty powerhouses, so they do not go down easily. Also, earlier on, some of my cav had routed just because they're Spartans, you know. So I'm going to end up charging them into the backs of the enemy again. And here you can see now my urban cohorts were surrounded over there. So there's a lot of ferocious action going on in the center now. It's not very scattered right now, but it ends up being very, very scattered. Here I'm launching more urbans into the backs of my opponent, and there you can see that. Also, one bad thing that happened in this battle, some of my archers, I had them on flaming, and they kept somewhat shooting my men in my own men in the back, so they ended up kind of killing some of my own men, burning them to death. Same thing here, except it really didn't matter because it was all of their cavalry and then just a few urban cohorts, so more of it was hitting the cavalry. So I was happy about that. So here you can see these Spartans kind of laying waste to my urbans, but the urbans behind them are doing quite well. And here he launches it, and then he launched his cavalry into their backs. So it was very good cavalry maneuvers by my opponent. Here I send my cavalry into play again, though, and I'm going to charge into their backs. Right now. Yep, and there we go. That's going to completely disturb his center, and he was kind of stupid. He turned his spears to face my cavalry, and really my infantry was the bigger threat. My cavalry had already routed and they were already depleted. It was kind of a pointless maneuver by my opponent that I just thought was kind of pointless. It really didn't accomplish much. Alright, so yeah, there's just ferocious action going on in the center right now and everywhere on the battle map. And here, my archers were out of ammo, so I'm going to charge them into some melee here. In a moment, I think I was waiting for them to have their backs turned. Oh, that's right, I sent them at their general. Their general is the only one left in his squad. And there he is, and my archers will be the one to end him. So let's watch as he gets stabbed down. I believe he gets stabbed down here right about now, I'd say. Maybe not. Anyway, I'm going to talk about this for a moment. At this point, I activated my general because he had not been in the fight the whole time. And look at this perfect shot with the spears at the Spartan's back. And that is absolutely lovely. That's an awesome sight to behold. And I think their general is right about to die. But you can see how overpowered their general is. I mean, I have 50 archers hitting him. And there he finally goes down. Alright. So, it's a perfect shot. And now I'm going to charge my archers over into these spears of the Spartans. And I'm kind of going to bypass them with my general. I mean, I'm going to throw one more set of spears, and this is going to completely destroy the set. Well, actually, I don't know why they pulled them out. Anyway, it didn't look like they threw any. Anyway, yeah, as you can see, it kind of turned in my favor for my opponent in the center now, because you can see my men are kind of getting shot in the back a little bit by my own men, by my archers, you know. But they also have their spears pointed towards me and all of that. Anyway, I'm going to bypass the set of Spartans with my general and go right for the backs of these guys. And now they have no choice. They're going to turn around, and now they're stuck in a complete encirclement. So this was the major point of the battle. If I hadn't just bypassed that set with my general, I probably would have lost this battle. Because, yeah, look, my archers just routed that set of Spartans, and I was thrilled when that happened. This was the point where I knew the battle was mine, because I still had quite a few men left. I had some archers and all that. Here, my general, I don't know what I was doing with him. He just got caught up in the moment of charging back. And I'm just going to recharge back in. And this is going to be the end of the battle. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this fight. I sure did. And you can see these Spartans just getting completely murdered by my men, all of them. Anyway, at this point, my opponent admitted defeat. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this battle. I absolutely enjoyed this battle. This was a really good battle that I thought really tested my abilities. There you can see the results on your screen. So yeah, see ya.